Hey guys, welcome to the Super Noob Beginner's Guide to Pet Battles. Now, because I have already done a lot of the intro stuff on my account, I'm not going to be able to show you everything. I'll do my best to describe what I can't show though. So, before you can start your adventure, you have to unlock battle pet training from one of the trainers. Now, they have these in a lot of the low level areas, but your best bet is to hit this guy up. He is right up on that landing where the flight master is and the flight trainer and all that. So you'd come over to him
What can I help you
and
with?
you will probably have a different interface than me, but you would have to click on, learn or train battle training. And it's gonna you have to be level 5 and it costs 10 gold, I believe. So once you do that, you can
For the
actually get
Horde.
started. Oh, there's also
Raw.
something else you can do here. Like each race has rare pets that you can buy and start off with. I already have all of them, but they're all different. I'll put a list down below so you can kind of check it out. You start out with just one pet slot, but soon you unlock the other two by completing achievements. The
City.
achievements in question are these ones. We've got newbie. Oh, of course, it's not even going to show. I'll have to overlap it then. But it's basically newbie is to raise a pet to level 3, and just a pup is raise a pet to level 5. So the trainer will also give you another quest called On the Mend that will teach you the skill to revive and heal your pets every 8 minutes. If you look here, this is the skill that you'll learn, which is a very nice skill and you should do that. Another way you can heal your pet is with battle pet bandages, which you'll eventually start getting from bags of pet supplies, which you'll get from defeating, pet tamers and trainers and whatnot when you're doing like the daily quests out in the world. We'll get to that later, but another way you can also heal them all is through a stable master, and you would just click here, and for like 10 silver, he'll heal them. Now, after you finish the On the Mend quest, you're going to get a couple more quests. The next one is going to be to level your pet up to level 3. And so you're going to want to just come in and fight these pets. And you're likely only going to have your level 1 skill. And so you're pretty much just going to spam your level 1 skill. You can click it or you can just hit 1 as you see it corresponds with your keyboard. There you go. And you would just run around and do that until you get to level 3. Because each time you kill one, your pet gets experience. And see, it actually leveled up to 2 already just from that one fight. So let's get another one. And I'm going to show you how to catch one, because the next quest after you get your pet up to level 3 is for you to go and catch your first pet. Now, the whole idea when you're trying to catch a pet is that you want to get their health low without killing them. So right here, this is perfect, and you'll see the trap will light up, and you just want to click it, and you're going to throw it at the pet, and that means it's caught. Now sometimes you have to try multiple times, and if that's the case, just keep throwing the trap. See, now I've got this spiny lizard, and so now I have 2 pets, or I would have 2 pets. I obviously have a lot more than just 2 pets, but we're saying just for instruction's sake. And now after that, it pretty much lets you loose into the world. And you can go about catching all of the pets and leveling and all of that good stuff. But there is still some more to learn. So, another really important aspect of pet battling is understanding the different families. Like, if you come in and you have a filter here, it'll say pet families, and as I have everything checked, it'll show everything. But these are all of the different groups. And Like if I wanted to just show the one, you know, you could uncheck all of them and click the one, and then this would only show me humanoids. And you can see, if you hover over their family, what they do. So they all have passives, and humanoids recover 4% of their maximum health if they dealt damage this round. There are different ones for every single one. Some of them are pretty awesome too. So Dragonkins can deal 50% additional damage on the next round after bringing a target's health below 50%. Flying is a really good one too. They gain 50% extra speed while above 50% health, and so they will almost always go first. Undead. They return to life for 1 round when killed, but deal 25% less damage. So you basically get a free round every time one of these pets dies. Critters. They're immune to stun, root, and sleep effects. Magic pets cannot be dealt more than 35% of their maximum health in one attack, so they're going to be a little bit harder to kill. You won't be able to one-shot them. Elementals ignore all negative weather effects. Enemy pets can still gain the beneficial effects from weather when facing an elemental. Beast deals 25% extra damage below half health. Oop, skipped aquatic. Aquatic, harmful damage over time effects are reduced by 50% on aquatic pets, so not going to be as susceptible to dots. And mechanicals are one of my favorites. They come back to life once per battle, returning to 20% health, so it's not even just one free round like an undead. They actually come back to life. And if you have a mechanical pet that can actually heal, well, that can be really rough to deal with, and a lot of them do heal, like they'll repair. Like this one here. It'll enter repair mode, and it won't be able to do anything for 2 rounds, but then it'll repair almost full health. So it's really important to consider all of the different families, because not only do they all have their own passives, but they all also have their own strengths and weaknesses. So just like Pokemon, battle pets have strengths and weaknesses. A lot of knowing what you should use for any given fight comes from understanding all of the opposing families. Eventually you'll be able to remember them all by memory, but for now you can just use a cheat sheet, which I'm going to show here for a bit, and then I'll link it down below for you as well. So basically what this means is that every pet, you can see it just, you know, where their passive is too, is going to be strong against a specific pet. And if they are strong against that pet, they're going to do way more damage. And if they're weak against that pet, they're going to take way more damage. So it's really important that you line these up, because otherwise you could really set yourself up for failure. Now the way you would read this chart is basically as so. So as far as strengths go, Aquatic is strong against Elemental, Beast is strong against Critter, Critter is strong against Undead, Dragonkin is strong against Magic, Elemental is strong against Mechanical, Flying over Aquatic, and Humanoid over Dragonkin, then Magic over Flying, Mechanical over Beast, and Undead against Humans. So as far as weakness, Aquatics are weak against Magic, Beast weak against Flying, Critter weak against Humanoid, Dragonkin weak against Undead, Elemental is weak against Critter, Flying weak from Dragonkin, Humanoid weak from Beast, Magic weak from Mechanical, Mechanical weak to Elemental, and Undead is weak to Aquatic. So it's a lot to remember, and obviously that's why I suggest using a cheat sheet, so that You don't have to try and remember this because it might take you a while. I mean, there are still times, even after doing this for years, that I forget specific ones. You know, there's always ones that are easy, but there's also some that can be difficult to remember. So when you are doing these battles, try to remember to have your cheat sheet ready, and it'll make it so that pretty much, you know, any battle you come across, you'll have a good idea of what to do. So as you can see, this forest moth is a flying pet. And from looking at the cheat sheet, it says that flying pets are weak against Dragonkin. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to click on Dragonkin, and I'm going to find some good dragons that I can whoop on this poor moth with. Azure Whelping is a really good one. Anyway, this is going to be overkill, but I'm just trying to illustrate a point. So when I come into the fight, you'll see that my skills, they all say strong versus flying. And now when it says weak versus mechanical, that means that it's not going to do very much damage to mechanical. Now this one is strong versus critter and weak versus flying. So there's actually some pets that can have skills that are of different families, which is useful sometimes, especially if you're trying to take on like 2 pets. But in this case, what I want to do is hit with all these strong attacks. Now, this is a super powerful attack that will make it so that I'm down for 2 rounds after I use it. But it'll typically one-shot most pets. So now I'm stuck here not being able to do anything. And after this, I'm probably going to switch. If you click here, you can switch to another pet. Now the Kelp Scuttler, I don't really have any real weaknesses against it. Like, this is my mod that I use, and I don't have anything that I can really do in terms of what I have, but it doesn't mean that it won't do damage to him. It's just not going to do as much as it could. It's just going to do like regular damage. And then if it's one that they're weak against, it'll do like negative, like not negative damage, but like way lower than it should. And it'll usually say weak. So having those pets with the abilities that were strong against the flying pet really ended up helping. And that's why it's a really good idea to know what they are and be aware of them. Another thing that's totally worth mentioning is battle pet quality. And what that means is that basically all of the battle pets are going to have one of 4 different qualities. Now all of these are blue because I usually try my best to get blue pets, and if they're not blue I usually upgrade them. But down towards the bottom, oh even here, you can see this is a poor quality because it's gray. So basically there's poor quality, which is gray, common, which is white, uncommon, which is green, and rare, which is blue. It pretty much matches the gear scheme. And so what I try to do is get them all blue, because blue are hands down the most powerful. They're going to have more stats than the poor or even the green quality ones. You know, they're basically always going to be the best. And so it's a good idea to get the pets you use the most ranked up to blue, or to just always try to catch them blue. Unless it's like a super rare one, then, you know, you don't really have a lot of say in it, like you're just happy to get one, which I've definitely had ones like that. You can even search by quality if you want to. Rarity. There you go. So now this is gonna show all my good ones up at the top and then all the bad ones. So you can see like all the white and then the gray and then the green. And they have upgrade stones you can get, and you can get them from tamer bags, and you can get them from vendors too. So I'll show you more about that later. I don't think it's quite as important for a newbie guide. It's mostly just letting you know like that there are the different quality types and that the blue ones are the best ones. So try and get blue ones. Try to get the highest you can when you're catching pets. One last thing that I think is worth touching on is breed ID. Each pet is going to have a different area of strength that will determine its attributes. You might see people talking about HH, SS, or PP pets and wonder what the heck is that? It basically means health, health, speed, speed, and power, power, respectively, which means that these pets are going to have the highest possible stats they can for that breed. An SS pet, for instance, is often coveted for PvP because it's likely it's always going to be going first in battle. An HH pet is going to have an insane amount of health, and a PP pet is going to pack a punch. The last breed is balanced, which is basically just what it sounds like. There are also combinations of these breeds as well, including HP, PS, HS, PB, SB, HB, and BB. It's not always the easiest to be able to tell what breed a pet is, which is why I use a mod to make it much simpler. As you can see, all of the breeds are actually listed right there. But the mod is called Battle Pet Breed ID. And it's right here. And it is so useful. I mean, it basically helps you with pets you're buying on the auction house, and you will never have to think twice about what breed a pet is ever again. This might be a lot to take in now, but it's really not a big deal. Just do the best you can and keep these topics in mind for when you're taking on pets in the wild and tamers as well. In my next video, I'm going to go over the tamer dailies so we can start getting pet supplies and other goodies as well as start working towards some achievements. So be sure to catch us next time. Gotta catch 'em all, Battle Pet Mon! But wait, there's more. Let's say we wanted to go in with... I swear. Don't you know I'm making a video? Get out of here. Now, after you complete the On the Men quest, you're going to get another quest called Level Up, where you have to... Wow. That was crappy of you, dude. That was the pet I was going to use. Well, screw you. Okay, guys, that's it. See ya.